Hello, it is your boy Baker. No, I'm just kidding. What's up? It's week 6 of the NFL. It's come, it's gone. Week 6. You know how it was. Y'all, I'm sure have already watched it. It was a week for sure. And I'm just gonna go over, a bunch of stuff that happened this week. Bunch of stuff that I just wanted to talk about in general about the NFL. You know how it be, and we'll get right into that after I make sure the stream is up and rolling. Y'all already know. Sometimes it might not be actually live. Sometimes the volume might not be right. Y'all know how it is. But I think we're good for the most part. But yeah, no, so it's been 6 weeks of the NFL right now. And it's been pretty good. I'm always hyped for the NFL season, and so far, this one hasn't disappointed me. Well, the Broncos have, of course, sadly, but other than that, good season, decent season. But yeah, I think we're for sure ready to go though. I think everything's loaded up. I think everything. Well, that was weird. I think everything's running smooth. I'm just getting tongue twisted. All right. So anyway, I wanted to start this by talking about the Eagles and the 49ers. I know y'all have probably heard at this point, but they were the last two NFL teams that were undefeated, and now both of them are now defeated. There are no longer any undefeated teams in the NFL. And man, after 6 weeks, I think what last season wasn't it like 12 or something with the Vikings or whoever it was that had it last season. Not gonna do it this season. Only six. I mean, only 5-0 for the teams this season. I kind of thought it would be, better because, like, if you look at the box score against the 49ers and, like, Browns, they only lost by a field goal. They were down, and, like, they literally lost by a field goal. I kind of went over all that in a different video, but they missed that field goal, caused them to lose. I guess a lot of other things. But, yeah, I've already went all over this, so I probably won't deep dive into this game too much. But this shouldn't have been a loss for them for sure. But then for the Eagles to lose to the Jets, that is crazy. Like, it's crazy to see the Jets without Rodgers being able to win. To, like, being able to beat an undefeated team. Like, just to win in general, but then to beat an undefeated team, that's crazy. Like, at first they beat the Bills and the Eagles, or now the Eagles. Jets are pretty wild. And they also beat the Broncos, but I mean, they probably were expected to beat them. But yeah, no, what a wild game for that. Like, I don't know. I'm shocked that both these teams lost, and now I was expecting both of them to be 6-0. Both now to see them both 5-1, disappointing. Especially with how the 49ers played. Oh man, don't even get me started. I already talked about that in the last one. 49ers are bad. The Eagles, I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched all the other stuff. AJ Brown still managed to get 100 yards. Jalen Hurts, 3 interceptions. That's bad. And DeAndre Swift getting his touchdown. Brees Hall getting a touchdown. Okay, all right. I need to go on and watch this one. But I was just, yeah, unexpected these guys to be being. Whatever. My bad. Also, I am still a little bit new to streaming. If y'all, it's your first stream, so I'm not the best at speaking. I'm gonna get better. I probably don't have the best background either, but it's all gonna get better as the year progresses. There we go. I don't know why I didn't have it zoomed in. So if you weren't able to see anything, my mistake. Anyway, so with the Dolphins, with there no, oh my gosh, with there being no more undefeated teams, we got to go over who the best team is now. There are plenty of 5-1 teams, Patriots, or not Patriots. Uh, Lions 5-1, Dolphins 5-1, Chiefs 5-1, Eagles are now 5-1, 49ers. So we could discount the 49ers and the Eagles as being the best 5-1 team. There's no way they are. After what they did, no. Detroit Lions, they look like probably one of the best 5-1 teams, and the Dolphins. If I had to put money on the best 5-1 teams, I'd put it on the Lions and the Dolphins. They look dangerous. Freaking Dolphins out there having fun. They got a great head coach. That offense is loaded. Jalen Ramsey will come back soon. Freaking, they're like, Dolphins are having a good season. They're going to have a fun time in the playoffs, I'm sure. But the Lions, I feel like are definitely going to get in the playoffs. This division is bad. You don't even have to worry about the Bears. And then the Vikings, I don't know if you have to worry about them too much, or the Packers. I feel like this is the Lions division for sure this year. Because they look really good. Best two teams. If I had to distinguish between the two, like which would be the best team between the Lions and the Dolphins, that is so hard. I would probably give it to the Dolphins just because they've been putting up historic numbers. I know they've put it up against the Broncos, but still. And like the Lions beat the Chiefs, but I'd probably just give the edge to the Dolphins. They're probably a better team. They got to worry about the Bills though, 4-2 Bills. So Dolphins have to keep winning for sure. They can't drop any more games like that. Like they don't have the pressure of having to stay undefeated anymore. So they got to go out there and just win some football games. Or sorry, they weren't one of the undefeated ones. I meant to say that about the Eagles or the 49ers. Either one of them. Same thing with the Dolphins, because they're, same thing. It's whatever. Also, with being live, I'm not able to, like, cut out anything. So it's all, y'all are going to witness all my mistakes at speaking. Which, hopefully, it's kind of funny, because there may be quite a bit. Football, there's a lot to talk about. And all these stats, they're just too much. But anyway, alright, my bad. Anyway, best team, Dolphins. Second best, Lions. Third best, Chiefs. Chiefs probably, even though they looked really bad against the Broncos. But I guess that was a division game, and the Broncos, the Broncos usually play them pretty well too. But yeah, no, I'd give them the third best team. And then Eagles and 49ers. 49ers offense looks so bad, but the Browns defense is really good. Eagles, I don't know. They lost to the Jets, but the Jets defense is really good. Both these teams went against really good defenses and didn't perform. That's a toss-up. 49ers, Eagles, I'd just give the edge to the Eagles probably. Because the 49ers got a couple guys hurt and they fell apart. And Eagles just signed Julio Jones. So I don't know if Julio Jones is going to make an impact at all for the Eagles. But they don't have Quez Watkins. He's on IR. So they got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and now Julio Jones. That's kind of crazy. Maybe he's just like an end zone guy. But I don't know. I thought that was pretty funny to see. His last good season was in 2019 though. So he actually might not do anything. He had 1,000 yards. And then every year before 2019, he was great. So, if he could become 2019 Julio Jones out of nowhere, that'd be crazy. But, anyway, he probably won't do much there anyway. I would just like to see him catch at least a touchdown. That'd be cool. I love Julio Jones. Good player. Eagles are loaded. Eagles are always loaded, it feels like. But, okay, so now to talk about the opposite end of the spectrum, like the best teams, now I'm going to talk about the worst teams. There are a few bad teams out there. Giants, Bears, Panthers, of course, probably the worst one, 0-6. They haven't got a win yet. But that bad. I want to talk about the 1-5. So Panthers are at number 1 worst team. I'm gonna talk about 2 through the rest. So Cardinals, and then I think I skipped up top. Yeah, Broncos and Patriots. All those teams done. Their season's done for sure. 100%. No saving it. They're done. Done season. But who is the worst? Man, it's okay. It's not the Cardinals. Cardinals may be the best 1-5 team. They've been playing hard. It doesn't like they don't feel like a 1-5 team. But I don't know. Panthers, yeah, they're definitely bad. Bears, they've been bad, and the Bears just lost Justin Fields. So without Fields, the Bears are probably just gonna be really bad. That sucks. Giants, they've been really bad too. No way the Giants or the Bears are the best 1-5 team. We all expected the Cardinals to be the worst team, but they look better than the Panthers, Bears, and Giants. At least to me. Broncos, they're not the worst. They're really bad too, but they can't be the worst. Patriots, I don't think Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown this season. Has he thrown a touchdown this season? Oh no, he's thrown a touchdown. Never mind, what was I seeing? Oh, I was reading Bailey Zappi's stat. That was my bad. Bailey Zappi hasn't thrown a touchdown. But yeah, no. So best 1-5 team in my opinion, Cardinals. Worst 1-5 team in my opinion. Ooh, Bears and Giants is a really good toss-up. Patriots is a good toss-up as well. Here, let me pull up some stats. Let me look up. So, like, Patriots right here. Giants right here. Okay. So, Danny Dimes hasn't even thrown for 1,000 yards yet. So, that's not good. He only has 2 touchdowns to 6 picks. Wow, that is bad. Saquon's hurt. Tyrod Taylor came in and he was looking better. That is bad. Patriots, at least Mac Jones has 5 touchdowns to 7 picks and 12. But the run game for the Patriots is bad. And if y'all seen any Patriots anything, they're pretty bad. Bill Belichick be losing his like worst loss of his entire like career these past couple games. So that's bad. The Broncos, despite the Broncos getting blown out by 70 points, Russell Wilson has at least been playing better than these guys. Which you'd expect that because it's, Russell Wilson. You'd expect him to play better than Danny Dimes and Mackie Jones. I don't know why I said Mackie, but you know. But 12-4, that's pretty good. Here, let me pull up the Bears. Out of these 3 teams, it looks like on paper that the Giants are the worst. And I think you could make the argument just in general that they are the worst. Because they did get blown out. Well, the Patriots did, pretty much. But for the Bears, like, they also don't look good either, though. Obviously they don't look good because they all are bad teams. But stat-wise, I'm giving the worst team to the Giants. I think the worst team are the Giants and the Bears. I guess the Bears obviously are going to have the number 1 pick. But in my opinion, the Giants are so bad. Hang on, let me look up this draft order. Is the draft order still how it... If the Bears get the number 1 and number 2 overall pick, I guess they're definitely going to be the worst team. But then the Panthers, they're going to get the Panthers pick. So, like here, hold on. Let me pull up the draft order real quick. So, yeah, it could be Bears. That'd make Bears and the Panthers. Oh, the Cardinals would that be number 3? And then Broncos. So, dang. So this is thinking like Broncos and Cardinals would be worse. Or would be better than the Bears. Oh, no, wait. This is saying that the Giants are going to be better than the Broncos. What? Because, like, Yeah, if we got number 4, we'd be worse than the Giants. No way. I think Giants are worse than the Broncos. No way. And then yeah, Frank Clark. I can't believe Frank Clark. They released him and went back. He went right back to Kansas City. That's a whole nother story. But no way. Okay. And then Patriots. I feel like are better than the Giants as well. I don't know if they played tomorrow. I don't know if they've played yet, but let me see that. Giants versus. Oh, they play soon, so we'll see. We'll see which of the two teams are worse out of these two. Giants or Patriots. They play November 26th. So I think Giants are worse. No freaking doubt. Giants are so bad, especially without Saquon. And then I don't know about Danny Dimes situation. Giants got to be worse. If I would have to bet on that game, I'd bet the Patriots winning that. I'd bet the Patriots winning that. Oh, I guess that's how they got it. Giants being worse. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. Vikings at 7. I guess they are pretty bad. And then Titans bad. I think both these two team seasons are on the verge of being done. If Vikings and Titans lose a season, or I mean lose a game or two, they're done. They're definitely done. They have to win like the rest of their games, man. They might have a room for one or two just on based on the divisions, but still. Packers could be done. Chargers could be done if the Chiefs want to keep this division, which they probably will. But yeah, all these. Let me see. Hang on. Raiders. They're kind of a surprise 3-3 to me. I never would have expected the Raiders to be 3-3 this season. I thought the streak against the Broncos was definitely going to end, but nope, that did not end. The Commanders are 3-3, which is crazy. Like I know they beat the Broncos and like a couple others, but man, let me see the Commanders' schedule real quick. Who are the Commanders beating? Hold on. So if they like they're such a weird team to me. So they went into overtime with the Eagles, right? They were about to beat the Eagles, took them into overtime, and then they got blown out by the Bears. Like 40-20. How you go to overtime with the Eagles and then get blown out by the Bears? And then they beat the Falcons 24-16. That's pretty good. But then they also got blown out by the Bills 37-3. So this is just such a weird team. The only wins they have are the Broncos, Falcons, and Cardinals. That's 3 pretty bad teams. So they're kind of like the Broncos last year. The Broncos would only beat the bad teams and lose to the good teams. And this is kind of how it is for the Commanders. They're beating the bad teams and losing to the good teams. And the Bears. They're losing to the 2 good teams and the Bears. They just dropped that game. So I don't know. With this Giants game coming up, the Commanders are also versing the Giants. If the Giants beat the Commanders are going to have to look in the mirror and be like, wow, we lost to the Giants. Because I'm calling the Giants one of the worst teams in the league. Like, probably the worst team in the league. So if the Commanders lose to the worst team in the league, crazy. Even though the Bears are probably the worst team in the league. But the Bears blew out the Commanders. And the Giants got blown out. You know, I just realized I had like that up instead of the schedule. I could have had their like schedule and scores up. I have too many tabs up here. I'll get better at all this background. I got like 2 screens I'd be kind of going back and forth on. I'd just be reading the wrongs. Or I'd just be like not recording the right thing. But yeah, no, so Commanders, wild. Wild season for them. If they lose to the Giants, and it's gonna be wild. Alright, let's see who's next. Bengals having a crazy freaking season. They need to bounce back and have a good year. Let me go back to the actual division standing. Bengals 3-3. They're at the bottom of their division. They really need to start winning more games. They probably are in more trouble than most. Because, like, this division seems kind of loaded. If the Steelers and Browns have 3 wins apiece, and they're actually going to have to worry about them, that's crazy. Like, I made a poll on YouTube a while back. I've already kind of mentioned it a little bit. But it just kind of, I'm going to bring it up just because it surprises me how much people thought that the Bengals are going to do way better than the Browns. Maybe not like way better, but the difference in percentage between the two teams is just kind of crazy. Like, watch. I'll show you. So, like, out of 59 votes, right, 92% said the Bengals are going to have a better season than the Browns. And so far, both teams are 3-3. Like, you would, like, if the Browns end up having a better season, that's going to be crazy. So, the Bengals have to really step up and prove those 59 people wrong, or the majority. Because if the Bengals, I feel like predicting the AFC North division for a second, I kind of think the Ravens are going to somehow win it. If they don't drop the ball, I feel like they could win it. And then Browns could most likely be second, and then Bengals will be third, and Steelers will be fourth. I think that's kind of how it's going to shape out. I feel like Browns defense could probably take them to second in the division. And I think Bengals might be able to bounce back to third. And I don't know how the Steelers are going to do. Steelers kind of worry me a little bit. They are coming off a bye, though. So, maybe they could do something good coming out of the bye week. That's just my guess for that AFC North. Ravens got to just straight up, for real, not drop the ball at all. And then Jets, they're looking good. Those 3 wins are looking good. Look at the Jets schedule. Hold on. Because, like, what do you do if Zach Wilson continues to look really good? Like, or he doesn't. Okay, sorry, excuse me, sorry. I didn't mean it like he looks really good. But, like, what is Zach Wilson, like, I guess Zach Wilson's not the answer. But, like, okay, wait. Let me restart. The Jets defense is really good. And, like, what if you just keep Zach Wilson in there? Because Aaron Rodgers is talking about coming back this season. Why would you want to come back this season unless there's playoff opportunities? Like, if this defense carries Zach and everybody to the playoffs, then maybe I'd see Aaron come back. But if this team just fumbles, like, because they're 3-3 right now, it could go either way. If it fumbles, I don't think Aaron should come back. Let me see how good stat-wise Zach has been. I don't think Zach is the guy. I don't think a lot of people really think Zach is the guy. But he still has time to learn, I feel like. There's a whole lot of season left. I feel like give the rest of the season to Zach Wilson just to fully see what you have. Like, he's not completely awful. I feel like he could be at least, manageable. Like, he could be a game manager. Just let that defense do what the defense does. And these interceptions, just keep them to a minimal. And I feel like he could kind of do that. And, like, Garrett Wilson, I feel like he's going to bail him out, too. So, I don't know. I don't see Aaron Rodgers coming back this season, but I could be extremely wrong. He's wanting to come back. I feel like he's wanting to really prove all the doubters wrong. But I think he should only come back if they're in the playoffs. Which I don't think that's too crazy to say. Why come back and risk re-injuring yourself for, like, a season that's wasteful? I guess the defense, you don't want to waste a year of the defense. That's the only thing. Because this defense has been crazy. Quincy Williams, he freaking 2 sacks, 5 pass deflections, 6 tackles for loss. He caused the fumbles in the Broncos game. He's been going off. Sauce Gardner, he hasn't really looked as, like, dominant, but it's okay. He's still going to be solid. But this whole defense as a whole, it's just... They're crazy. They're a crazy defense. As long as that offense holds up, they'll be okay. It just blows my mind that they're winning a couple games with Zach Wilson. Like, who they beat? I didn't even check. So, yeah, they beat the Bills, which is wild. That first game was wild. After Aaron got hurt, they went out there and won for him. That was crazy. They were close with the Chiefs, and then beating the Broncos and the Eagles. Beating the Eagles is there probably like Eagles and Bills? That's crazy. Broncos, probably not anything too crazy, but those other two teams. Hell yeah, Jets. With Zach Wilson, unexpected. So they might be just fine. Maybe Aaron Rodgers might come back this season. If he does, I'm very hyped. I'm very hyped for it. But I'm shooting for him coming back full force next season. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Falcons, I haven't really talked about the Falcons at all this season. I really haven't been watching the Falcons at all this season, if I'm going to be frank with you. It's just because, I don't know. Like, I know Kyle Pitts isn't performing, really, but I don't know if they're using him. And then Desmond Ritter, he, like this says, up and down. I'm going to have to watch more on the Falcons. Jets, we got the Jets. Colts, oh, Anthony Richardson's done for the season. That is so bad. Because, like, he was playing good. He was looking good out there. I was thinking, like, I gotta watch more of the Colts. Because I think I only watched, like, one game. Something like that. I didn't make a video on anything. I only make a video on, like, a few games. There's gotta be, like, I don't know. It depends. Because I feel like it takes time to actually like sit and make the video on the game. So I don't have time to do all the games, unfortunately. So the Colts did not get in the video. But anyway, Anthony Richardson. Sucks to see him out for this season. I hate seeing rookies get hurt, lose a lot of their rookie season. It could like ruin their careers before it even starts. It sucks. It sucks to see anybody get hurt, but you know, rookies especially in that for that reason. But yeah, I feel like he's gonna be fine next year when it comes back. The Colts will probably prepare for it and just get everybody looking good this season and just prepare for next season. Probably have a solid draft hopefully. And who knows if they'll spend in free agency. They really don't do that too often. But yeah, let's go. And then yeah, the Cardinals already looking better than expected. Rams, I made a video on the Rams as well. The Rams are looking better. Cooper Kupp just came back. He's making plays for him already. Puka Nacua. The Rams are shocking. So that's crazy. I think the Seahawks are on a bye week. Hang on, let me see the Seahawks. Are they on a bye? I think they're on a bye. But they got the Cardinals coming up. I feel like the Seahawks are going to beat the Cardinals. I haven't watched much Seahawks games either. My bad, hiccup. Man, they did. I forgot they did bring Bobby Wagner back. I like that. But all right, Seahawks. Let me see. So, the Seahawks did beat the Lions. I forgot about that. And then they beat the Panthers. They lost to the Rams. Lost to the Bengals. Okay, so their wins make sense then. The beating the Panthers, the Giants, those two make sense. The Lions, that doesn't really make sense. Well, maybe. I don't know. I would have put money on the Lions winning that game. But it's just weird to see the Seahawks with Geno Smith still. I don't know. I don't have much to say on the Seahawks, to be honest. I might just go ahead and move on from them. I don't think I wrote any notes on the Seahawks. I just kind of forget they're there. After they got rid of Russell Wilson, they're trash. I just forgot about him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I don't know why I didn't make any notes on good old Seahawks. Weird. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, Packers up here. Hang on, where are they at? Another piece of news. The Packers signed James Robinson. I feel like he might not do anything. He had a couple of good seasons in Jacksonville, but then he was on the Giants, I think he was, for a little bit and did nothing. And then now he's on the Packers. Maybe he'll end up getting a carry or two. I hope. It sucks to not see James Robinson as a main back in the NFL. I really liked James Robinson. Good dude, I'm sure. All right, the Buccaneers are really shocking. Like Baker Mayfield's playing all right. They're 3-2 right now. That's really solid. Their defense is solid. They did lose, but everyone drops a game. This season's been weird. I feel like all the 3-win teams are definitely still in it. The 2-win teams, if they lose next week and they go to like, what is it, like if the Titans go 2-5, I feel like their season's done. 2-4 might already be done, but like if these three teams go to 3-4 or like 3-5, lose a couple of games, their seasons could be done like that. It's crazy. Let's hope. Let's hope these teams, like the teams I want to do or want to see do well, like revamp their season. Pick it up. Bengals. I really hope they bounce back. I want to see Jets do kind of good. I feel like that'd be cool. Bills. I want to see them do good. I want to see Colts do good. I want to see Gardner Minshew out there do good. I wish it was Anthony Richardson, but that'd be good. Broncos, we already know I want to see Broncos do good. Lions, I hope they stay on top. But, oh yeah, people turn their season around. Packers, I hope Jordan Love turns out to be a good dude, a good quarterback. Saints, I thought they'd be better than 3-3. I thought Derek Carr was going to be better on the Saints. I got Derek Carr in fantasy. He has not done anything in fantasy. And he has really not done all that much for the Saints. They're good. They got a good defense. They got a solid team. They will win games with Derek Carr. But I've not been impressed. They could still win the division. I predicted the Saints to win this division. And with how bad it is, they only have to worry about the Falcons and Buccaneers, so they might win their division. I hope. That's who I want to see for sure. And then 49ers, of course, I want to see do good. And then Rams, I hope the Rams do really good. With Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, and then Aaron Donald leading that defense. They're solid. They're ready. They're still ready. This wasn't a rebuild year. This was a reload year. No, I don't know, but I want to see them do good still. I want a lot of these teams. One of the teams I want to see do bad. I want to see Chiefs lose the division, of course. And that's it. That's it. I don't want to see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. If the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, I'm happy. That's it. I like every other team. Raiders, I don't really like the Raiders either. But just don't let the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. You know what? I don't want to see the Raiders win the Super Bowl either. Neither Raiders or Chiefs. If the Chargers win, that's okay. Because there won't be very many fans to gloat about it. But the Chiefs and Raiders would be annoying. I mean, the Chiefs are annoying when they win. No, I'm just rambling. I feel like the best Super Bowl odds, like as of now, probably are the Chiefs, Dolphins, Lions. Those are three really good. 49ers probably still are, and Eagles. They both probably still are Super Bowl teams. But yeah, all the teams at the top of their division right now actually are playing like that and are playing like I guess Chiefs haven't been too good. And 49ers and Eagles actually aren't in the last game. But anyway, they all look like they would be Super Bowl teams. Every team drops games that they shouldn't drop. And it's all just learning and developing and preparing for the playoffs. So, all these top teams, I don't think any of them are going to lose their top spot. Jacksonville, I don't know. They might. I don't know. I don't think they would. I think they'll win. Ravens, they'll probably stay on top. Dolphins, they'll stay on top. Chiefs, they'll probably stay on top. Eagles, the Cowboys have a chance to pass the Eagles just because the Cowboys do look pretty good. As much as I don't want to say that. They might win the division, but I'd still bet on the Eagles winning. Lions are going to win. Ooh, I guess the only leader of the division that I think is going to change is the Buccaneers. Right now, the Buccaneers are winning. I think it's going to be the Saints taking it. That's kind of crazy. And then everybody else, I guess, will probably stay the same. Eagles and Cowboys is probably another close one that could be. But dang, that's crazy. But a lot could change. This could be completely different. That's why I like doing this like week 6. I was gonna like do it probably sooner, but then I was like maybe I should wait a little bit. I probably should have waited another week or two, but I think this all worked out. This is good. Maybe like week 12 or 13 or something. Another, actually probably 12. Just wait another 6 weeks. We could come back and look at all this and see like the difference between all the standings and see if everything I said was like right, like with the division leaders and all that. That'd be cool. Like I'm saying, like okay, right now I'm gonna guess at the end of the season, Dolphins number 1, Bills 2, Jets, Patriots. So this is gonna how it's gonna look for the AFC East by the end of the season. Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Patriots. Unless the Jets pull something crazy and the Bills flop. But I think this is just how it's gonna stay the whole season. AFC North, it's gonna be Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Steelers. That's my guess. AFC South, I think with the loss of Anthony Richardson, the Colts might drop a couple. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably going to take this division. So I'm going to give it to the Jaguars. I would give Colts number 2. I want to give Colts number 2, but just because they lost Anthony Richardson, I'm going to give 2 to the Texans. And then I'm going to give Colts Titans. No, you know what? I'm going to give it Jaguars, Texans, Titans, Colts on the bottom. No, Titans look bad too. Ryan Tannehill's not good. They don't really have a quarterback either. Titans and Colts are fighting for the bottom at this point. But Jacksonville's going to win, I'm pretty sure. And yeah. AFC West, I'm sure it's going to end up being Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. I feel like that's a solid bet. Raiders will probably fall apart a little bit, even though they look actually okay for a few games. So that's probably how that'll be. NFC East, this is probably how it's going to be too. Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. Eagles and Cowboys are probably going to be close all season. They're only a game apart. That'll probably be like that all season, a game or two apart. They ain't going to be too far. So that's kind of hard to tell. I still think the Eagles are going to win. I probably already said that, but yeah. My bad if y'all hear my dogs running around in the back, by the way. But anyway, NFC North. Ooh. Hang on, is Justin Jefferson coming back? When is Justin Jefferson coming back? Hang on. Jefferson. Okay, so Justin Jefferson. Oh, so he was out for 4 games. I forgot when he got hurt. Yeah. What week will Justin? There's so much NFL news, I forget about a couple things. I just said 4 to 6 weeks. All right, so with him being out 4 to 6 weeks, that's like 4 to 6 games. So that is not good for the Vikings. With Vikings not having him, I don't think they're going to go below the Bears. So I think the NFC North might look like this too. I think it might be Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Because without Justin Jefferson, Vikings are kind of screwed. If it's like, I know they have Jordan Addison and KJ Osborne, but I don't know. They need Justin Jefferson. Especially with how crazy Justin Jefferson was going off this year. He was killing it. And then NFC South, I think it's going to be Saints, Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers. Yeah, because Buccaneers are really solid. Buccaneers might actually win this division, but I still think I'm going to give it to the Saints. I just want them to win really bad. I got to give it to them. Saints, Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers. For that one. NFC West, I'm going to give it 49ers. I'm going to give it to the Rams. I'm going to give second place to the Rams. I'm going to go 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. I don't think the Seahawks are going to be able to do what they did. Oh, you know what? Seahawks have Kenneth Walker and DK Metcalf. I don't really like DK Metcalf. He's kind of a dirty player. And they have Tyler Lockett. You know what? Yeah. I'm sticking with my word. 49ers taking the division. Rams second, Seahawks third, Cardinals fourth. That's what we're sticking with. All right. All right. So that's all my guesses for the divisions. I don't think I've done an official one. So I'm kind of cheating by going halfway. But in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I'm going to make sure I come back. I'll make sure if I'm right or not, or to see if I'm right or not, because it's kind of interesting, at least for me. Anyway, so that's all their schedules. That's all that stuff right there. Let me see what else I got written down real quick. I kind of flipped through a bunch of random stuff there because I wrote a bunch of notes, and I was gonna go in order of how I wrote the notes, but I did not go in order. Little bit of behind the scenes there. My notes are all scrambled. If you're gonna do if you're gonna ever take notes, be sure to not scramble them. Separate them. I'm still tripping about Eagles signing Julio Jones. I never would have thought Julio Jones would be on the Eagles. He's still, like I said, he's probably not going to do anything. Still crazy to me. And then it's crazy if Aaron Rodgers comes back this season. That's another thing that's crazy. Oh, you know one person I haven't mentioned at all this stream? I haven't even mentioned a single peep of his name. I bet y'all couldn't even guess. Y'all couldn't even guess who I haven't even mentioned right now. Y'all be like, damn, how have you not talked about this guy? He's having a historic season. Absolutely historic. 6 games in, almost 1,000 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. You already know who I'm talking about. The man, the myth, the legend, Tyreek Hill. Like him or love him, or like him or hate him, he is a hell of a football player. He's on pace to have over 2,000 yards. That's crazy. 814 in 6 games, 6 touchdowns. That's almost a touchdown a game. He's absolutely killing out there. Man, he's almost like a cheat code. In Madden, he's definitely a cheat code because I have him on my Madden team, and that dude's doing the same thing. He's about to hit 2,000 yards. Crazy. It's crazy to see him do the same stuff in real life. And with this offense, him and Jalen Waddle feasting with this offense. And there's too many names. And Tua, all them guys feasting. He did before the season. Tyreek was saying he wanted to have a 2,000-yard season, and he's really living up to it. I really, really wanted to draft him in fantasy. He went 1 pick ahead of me, and then I ended up having to get Cooper Kupp, which I'm not mad about. Cooper Kupp's pretty good. He came back to save my season. It's pretty good. Isn't it crazy that Tyreek Hill is a 5th-round pick? That's crazy. I never, realized that for a while, that he was a 5th-round pick. Let's go, Tyreek. I don't care, I don't know. He's just a good football player. I was going to say, I don't care that he was a Chief. He's a Dolphin now. But yeah, he's a good football player. If he hits 2,000 yards, I'll be like, dang, he called it. Frank Clark for the Broncos. I already said that. Speaking of Chiefs, it just made me think of Frank Clark. The Broncos signed him, of course, got rid of Brandon McManus to bring in Frank Clark. They cut him, and immediately he goes back to the Chiefs. I'm just salty as a Broncos fan because he's probably going to get a sack on Russell Wilson this next game, and I am not prepared. It's going to be salty. But anyway, yeah, so Buccaneers, we're kind of jumping around a little bit, my bad. Buccaneers, solid team. Texans playing a lot better than we expected. They're CJ Stroud looking better than who's the other guy? I'm blanking the quarterback. for the CJ Stroud's for the Texans. Who's the other guy? Bryce Young. Bryce Young for the Panthers. Why could I not think of Bryce Young? So CJ Stroud is actually looking better than Bryce Young this season. So do you think if the Panthers could go back, they would actually draft CJ Stroud over Bryce Young? At this point, I feel like they probably would have. Let me look up their stats real quick. So far, in 6 games. Okay, look. Alright, so Bryce Young right there. Bryce Young, 6 touchdowns to 4 picks. CJ Stroud, 9 touchdowns to 1 pick. CJ Stroud has only thrown 1 interception. There is a clip of him saying they're just dogs. And man, he's right. He's just playing out there like dogs. No, that's crazy though. Actually only having 1 pick on the Texans, that's actually pretty crazy. I think Bryce Young will maybe be okay. He's not in a good situation to succeed, I don't think. But I don't think he's a bust just yet. You can't call him that, of course. But he's definitely not as good as CJ Stroud, it feels like. I really think the Panthers are kind of regretting not taking CJ Stroud. And I think the Texans are really glad that they got him because this is crazy. 9 touchdowns to 1 pick compared to the number 1 overall pick having 6 and 4. Like, these guys are going to be compared to each other for their entire career. And right now, CJ Stroud's winning the battle. That's crazy. And he arguably went to a worse team. If you would think about it, Texans, I feel like on paper were worse than the Panthers. Well, Panthers were a young team and they got rid of DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey. So I guess maybe not. But man, I don't know. It's just crazy that so far CJ's outperforming Bryce. And I'm excited to see these two for the rest of their careers. Hopefully Panthers keep Bryce and let him develop. And hopefully CJ doesn't have a sophomore slump or anything. But yeah, no, they're definitely going to be compared to each other for the rest of their careers. So we'll see who turns out to be the better pick. But I think early on, Panthers are probably like, damn, why didn't we get CJ? And Texans are like, woo! But yeah, moving on. Steelers. I really like George Pickens. I got George Pickens in my fantasy, but that'll come up in a second. And Kenny Pickett is looking okay. They got to go out there and get more wins, of course. Everybody in their division won their game during their bye week. So they can't go out there and lose. The Cowboys, they're kind of a trip. They're good during the regular season, and then they can't really do much during the playoffs. So if they could win this division and make it into the playoffs, hopefully they'll finally do something. But who knows if they'll get by the Eagles at all. I mean, they could. They're looking pretty good. Dak just needs to not throw interceptions. And the Ravens, of course, they just need to catch the ball. Bills, I haven't really, after that Jets game, I've only watched the Bills-Jets game, and they've bounced back since then. They've beat the teams that the Broncos have lost to. The Bills were beating them, so that was cool to see. I'm going to have to go back and watch more of these games. I got the NFL Plus app and all that, so I got to actually go back and watch. Everything just takes too much time. That's all it is. Oh, Jaguars. There's actually, for the Jaguars, there's one dude I did want to talk about. Let me pull up his stats. There's another legend that I wanted to talk about. This was a guy that I was excited to see this season. He was forced to sit out a couple of years, I think it was, or a year or whatever, for gambling. I think y'all already know who this man is. But he's still a beast. He came out strong. Calvin Ridley. My man, Calvin freaking Ridley. This is my G. This guy's face is kind of funny. Funny pause right there. But this guy, he came out and had a couple of good games. Look at that. Hang on. Where's it at? Show me game by game. That's what happens when I'm not prepared with the Calvin Ridley stats as I should be. Come on. Come on. All right. So he had a couple of 100-yard games, right? He had a nice one against the Colts where he went for 101 with a touchdown. And then he had a nice one against the Bills where he had 122. He didn't have a touchdown where he had 122 yards against the Bills, but they still won. They still won. But I liked seeing the game against the Colts. I liked him going out there and having 100 yards in like that first game. It was really good. Touchdown. It got everyone really hype, I think. Everyone was like, Calvin Ridley, amazing signing for the Jags. And I really want to see him do well. But after that 100-yard game, look at this. 32 yards, 40 yards, 38 yards. He did nothing for 3 games straight. 2 catches for 8 targets. 3 catches on 7 targets. That is not good. Like, I like that they're targeting him like 7, 8 times, 11 times. I think they should target him maybe more, even more than 8 or 7. I feel like he's averaging 8 with having 8, 8, 8, and 7. That makes sense. Maybe that's a good healthy amount. But I feel like if he when he actually catches them, look, 7 of his 8, he goes off. But when he only gets 2 or 3 of the good targets, he just does not perform. I feel like they got to give him even more chances. So, this is just bad though. 2 catches of 2 out of 8. The Chiefs defense must have been holding him. And then only having 30 yards last game. Man, I was really, really excited to see Calvin Ridley because he's a good player. I liked him on the Falcons. I was sad to see him get, suspended for gambling. That really sucked. But, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of exactly what we expected. I guess, really, good. But probably not going to be too much of a game changer every game, as it's showing, because he's not really getting 100 yards every game or anything. But I don't know. He will contribute. I really like Calvin Ridley. They need to target him even more, in my opinion. Might as well. Might as well. Let me see the Jaguars' overall stats real quick. Hold up. I feel like it's good to see that they beat the Bills and then they swept the Colts. So the Jaguars are definitely doing something right this season. Let me see. Hold on. I think everyone expected the Jaguars to be good. And they're pretty decent. They are definitely decent. Trevor Lawrence only has 3 picks. Christian Kirk, he's actually still doing good. I forgot Christian Kirk was here. I still see Christian Kirk as a Cardinal. He has a couple of touchdowns. I like that 1-2 punch, Christian Kirk and Calvin Ridley. I feel like Calvin Ridley is a really good number 2 guy. Give him more targets. Give this man more targets. Evan Ingram, he had a one-handed catch, reviving his career a little bit with the Jaguars after dropping a lot of balls in New York on the Giants. Oh, D'Ernest Johnson is here? I didn't know D'Ernest Johnson is here. He's on the Browns. Pretty sure. Oh, Fosetti Olukua. I can't even say his name. He had a good play. Good play. Yeah, I don't know. I like this Jaguars defense. I really do. Or just like the team. I like a lot of people on this team, actually. I like these 2 receivers, of course. I like Forsetti. I can't say his name. My bad. I like Tyson Campbell. Josh Allen. Trayvon Walker's developing nice. Chad Mumma. Adam Goxis, former Bronco. I like Kalavon Chason. I can't say his name either. Jamal Agnew. We all like Jamal Agnew. Even though he returns punt returns for touchdowns against the Broncos. I still like him. But yeah, no, this is a good team. Jaguars are a good team. I forgot what I was doing. What I was talking about. Oh yeah, I guess Calvin Ridley. It's really good to see Calvin Ridley doing good. He's having a solid season. He's kind of slumped a couple of games. If he could just pick it up, actually catch some of the balls that are thrown to him. I don't know all the circumstances why he missed 6 targets or why he missed 6 balls. But I don't know. If he would have caught those 6 balls, maybe they would have won the game. So keep targeting him. Keep targeting him and Christian. Maybe they'll win. I'm rooting for the Jaguars all day. And Calvin Ridley all day. Just no more gambling, Calvin. Damn it. No more gambling. Dolphins, one of the best teams in the league. I would like to see the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. I do like the Dolphins. I would not be mad at all if they were in the Super Bowl. I'd probably root for them. Just because Mike McDaniel's cool. I like Jalen Waddle. I like Tua. Bradley Chubb's there, former Bronco. I really like this team. Freaking Devin Achan. They were calling him A-Chain, but he changed his name to Achan. Or he didn't change it, but he was like, he pronounced it right, Achan. Oh yeah. Eagles losing. That was bad. 49ers losing. Bad. Okay, one thing about the 49ers, when they lost Christian McCaffrey and Debo, their offense went nowhere. Like, you would expect, where's George Kittle? Where's Elijah Mitchell? Like, come on, that should be a couple of guys backing up. Was Brandon Ayuk playing? Did Brandon Ayuk play in that game? I can't remember. But where are those guys? Come on. Chiefs, it's going to be bad seeing Frank Clark and Chris Jones sacking Russell Wilson. I still think the Broncos have a chance to win that game. I don't know why, but I still feel like they have a slight chance. I feel like all the players just want to break the streak. Maybe this will be their Super Bowl. Like, this has to be their Super Bowl. If they lose this game, I may have a couple tears. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna be sad. It's kind of expected that they lose this game. Maybe I'll bet on the Broncos, and maybe they'll win. No, don't do that. That might be bad advice. Lions look really good. I would not mind seeing the Lions in the Super Bowl either. Like, Lions and Dolphins and 49ers are the 3 teams I'd really root for in the Super Bowl. I like the Eagles, but they were already there. They didn't win, and they had to blame the field. And maybe it was the field, but I don't know. I want to root for the Lions, 49ers, and Dolphins. Those 3 are my 3 teams that I'm rooting to be in the Super Bowl. Let's make it happen, boys. We make it happen, boys. Ooh. My bad. Panthers, never gonna. Their freaking pick is all late and they're 0-6. That sucks. I really like Brian Burns, though. I don't think they're gonna trade him. He's a centerpiece. He's a building piece. Of course they wouldn't trade him. They have a young team. Hopefully they'll get a good guy with this draft pick. Man, I don't think they expected their season to be so bad that it'd be 1 or 2 overall pick. Poor Panthers, man. They can't even, like, be bad and get a high pick, man. That's sad. Browns, they're over here. Oh, yeah, Browns don't have a first either, I guess. They're probably fine. They got a good defense. They're fine. Alright. Well, that's pretty much the draft order for that. Let's see. That's pretty much all my notes. And, yeah, so I guess that's pretty much week 6. I didn't really talk about week 6, I guess. I mean, yeah, I did. I just talked about all the teams. I don't know. Coming up with titles is hard. But that's pretty much... I think that's pretty much everything I got for y'all with this. So, last thing before I dip out, I'm going to go over a fantasy football update. Let's see how I'm doing. I finally got 2 wins. I finally got my first 2 wins in fantasy football. Last time I showed y'all my fantasy football, I was 0-4, something like that. And not today. I am finally up there. Let me zoom in a little bit. Look at me go. Look at me go 2-4. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show you. I don't remember where I left off of, but I'm just gonna start week 1 and I'll kind of go a little fast. So Aaron Rodgers, I only needed him to score 9 points. I really hated that he got hurt just because I wanted to see him play on the Jets. I was so hyped. That's why I drafted him. But so I lost week 1 by 9 points. So if I would have started like George Pickens, maybe over like Tyler Lockett, that would have probably helped a lot. Or like Romeo Dobbs. That's when I sat Romeo Dobbs. I had Curtis Samuel, and I didn't start him either. Any of these guys started, I would have won that week 1. But all right, so I only lost week 1, 9 points. Not too horrible. Week 2. So I started 0-1. Week 2, I had to pick up Brock Purdy in free agency. And he was okay, 14. It's just because I didn't trust Derek Carr. And good not to trust him. He scored 6. And Brock Purdy scored 14. So that's pretty good. And it's kind of crazy that Brock Purdy was just sitting in free agency. And like, I'm glad I was able to swoop him up. Oh, and then this is when I started Aaron Jones. He scored 0 points for me. This is the reason why I lost. I started Aaron Jones scoring 0, and I lost by a few points. If I would have started Dalton Kincaid, or if I would have started like I could have shuffled this up. Like, I could have had. Wait a minute. You know what? This week I did not have any running backs. Because, like, Aaron Jones, when I played. Okay, so I would have had Kenneth Walker and Ezekiel Elliott. I guess instead of 0 points, I would have just had 1 point. Dang. I did not have a good running back. Alright, well, I guess week 2 definitely would have lost that. Is there. Okay, anyway. Oh, man. Week 3, I fumbled the bag so hard, week 3. I fumbled the bag. So, I think this I lost as well, barely. Brock Purdy got me 20 points this week. Kenneth Walker got me 30 points this week. Amon-Ra 19. George, hang on. Can I check? Hold on. This looks like a fat one to not win. And then I keep having Romeo Dobbs on the bench. I dropped my phone on my keyboard. And it did whatever it did. I gotta stop dropping my technology. But yeah, no, I keep having Romeo Dobbs on the bench. And every time he's just performing. 18 points. He's just going out there. Oh, and then I kept starting Justin Tucker, right? And he was only getting like 6 or 7 points. While Evan McPherson's getting 18. And so I'm like, let me start Evan McPherson. He's doing good. And then Justin Tucker has that game with the Ravens where he's like the only person scoring points. And of course, I didn't start him that game. Hang on, where's the... Can't I see... I don't know if... Hang on, last full schedule. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Hold on, let me go back. I don't want to look at it like that. Well, I guess I can't see, like, the matchup. I'm trying to see, I guess, how much did my opponent score? Did I win week 3? I can't remember which games I won. Stop it. Huh. I don't know. I can't really tell if I won. But, anyway, week 3, Brock Purdy, 20 points. Kenneth Walker, 30 points. These guys are performing, right? Performing. Let's see, week 4. I can't remember where I started at. Anyway, I think it was this week, maybe, that I lost. Anyway, oh, yeah. I lost this week because Javonte Williams only got me 3 points against the Bears. I started Javonte Williams thinking he was going to perform, and he got hurt immediately. He got hurt so fast in that game, and I thought he was going to do something for me. He did nothing. I was so sad. Amon-Ra still performing like a beast. And like I started Evan, only 3 points. I guess Justin had 4. Curtis Samuel, he's having a great season too, and I just have him on the bench. I was starting Tyler Lockett over Romeo Doubs and Curtis Samuel. I don't know why. Oh, and then Dameon Pierce. That was my other running back. I started Javonte Williams over Dameon Pierce, and that's when Dameon Pierce went ahead and scored 11 points. I was so mad at myself when I started Javonte, and he immediately got hurt. And then Dameon Pierce goes ahead and scores. I was so sad. So very sad. I think I won 5 and 6 because I think I lost every other game up to this point. This one's my first win. And I didn't start Aaron Jones again. And I started Aaron Jones again. This was my first win, and freaking Aaron Jones didn't play. That's crazy. Right? Was this 119? Yeah. This was my first win. Because Darren Waller wanted to go off. This is when I actually started Romeo Doubs. And he didn't score 18 points. He just scored 10. But I actually trusted Romeo Doubs. And that was the way to go. Oh yeah, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is hurt. Okay, so the first time I win, right? Kenneth Walker's on a bye. Amon-Ra's hurt. So 2 of my best players aren't even playing. But the reason why I won, Cooper Kupp comes back. Like I was saying, Cooper Kupp was here to save my fantasy season. He's definitely here to save my fantasy season. I'm not even mad that the auto drafted him at this point. And then George Pickens, his 26-point game, that helped a lot. Darren Waller finally showed up. Oh, the time I'm getting confused with my people. There's too many people. All the times Romeo Doubs was on the bench scoring 18 points, all that, the first game I start him, he only scores 1.4 points. He's over here scoring 18 points on my bench all this time. I finally start him 1 point, and then Curtis Samuel has 18 points. Curtis Samuel has been having a hell of a season, and I haven't been trusting him. I'm just so glad that I won this. Evan McPherson got his 12 points, so that was pretty good. And then week 6, Brock Purdy got me 7 points. He had a horrible week against the Browns. I didn't even want to look at his score. This is my first time seeing his score, actually. That's crazy. They actually almost got the projected right. That's crazy. But Kenneth Walker, he's been solid for me all season. Freaking really good. Cooper Kupp, oh my god. 27 points. I'm so glad he came back in to save my season. Tyler Lockett finally helped me out getting 15. I finally started Curtis Samuel in the flex, and he did what he does, and he scored me points. So happy. And then the one thing that made me sad is I didn't realize Amon-Ra St. Brown was no longer hurt. I still thought he was hurt. So he was on my bench, and he goes off and scores 30 points. I am so glad I won this week. Because if I would have lost with Amon-Ra St. Brown scoring 30 points on my bench, I would have been so salty. I've been so upset. But hell yeah, that's pretty much a recap of that. Where's Dameon Pierce? Oh, he's on a bye. For a second, I thought I got rid of Dameon Pierce. I was going to be like, what the heck? Okay, Curtis Samuel. Actually, I can't start. Curtis Samuel's so good. But this lineup of Cooper Kupp, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and George Pickens, that is so nice. But Javonte Williams, I can't. Oh, dude. I wish I could start Aaron Jones. I feel like I'd rather start Aaron Jones over Javonte Williams. But, damn it, he's my best guy. And then Evan McPherson's on a bye, so I got Justin Tucker in there. Romeo Doubs, I would love to trust Romeo Doubs, but George Pickens, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cooper Kupp. These guys are so good. I don't understand how I'm losing so bad. I got Josh Reynolds. Luke Musgrave too. Those are a couple of guys I thought would be sleepers. They haven't really been doing too much. Yeah, Josh Reynolds. Well, Josh Reynolds actually had his pretty solid so far. 17, 23, 12. That's not bad at all, actually. But look at Curtis Samuel. If y'all need a receiver, if he's in your free agency, like if y'all don't have him, look how consistent he's been. I've just had him riding my bench, and he has been solid. I can't believe I let him start that 14-point game, but I wish I would have had him these past 2 games starting instead of Tyler. But yeah, if y'all have Curtis Samuel out there, pick him up. He is good. Luke Musgrave, it's pretty solid. He had a better week than Darren Waller a couple weeks. But then Darren Waller is finally getting some targets. Josh Reynolds. Let's see Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones hasn't been able to stay healthy this season. He's only been in 2 games. That first game that I was able to start him in, hell of a game. Hell of a game. But then I started him in 2 games that he didn't play in. Oh man, so bad. And then Brock Purdy, I feel like he's my best bet at quarterback. There's no way I should trade, or there's no way I should bring in Derek Carr. Because, like, Brock Purdy is already outscoring Derek by a lot. Especially with that offense. It's just too loaded. He just has to toss a ball 5 yards to a guy, and they'll take it to the house. Unless they perform like they did every game. Like they did against the Browns. Kenneth Walker, my main back. This is my main man. Freaking 10, 18, 30, 13, 17. I've started him every game. Don't even have to worry about it. I should have named my team name after something with him. I wish Javonte Williams was my main man. But man, he made me sad. He had more points against the Chiefs than he did against the Bears. But I guess he got hurt. Only 2 carries against the Bears. That was bad. And then Cooper Kupp, my man. I am so excited to see him back. Scoring 27 points last week. Let's go. And he's going into Pittsburgh, hopefully doing the same thing. I might watch that Steelers game. Just because. Steelers-Rams game. Just because I got both these guys on my roster. I want to see it. And then Amon-Ra. I'm so excited about Amon-Ra being back. I wish I didn't bench him during that 30-point game. But hopefully he does it again this week. Something close maybe. Darren Waller is finally starting to wake up. Like, look, Luke Musgrave was having a better season than him so far, like point-wise. A couple other guys were too. But that 16-point, 13-point, I was thinking about trading Darren Waller. I wanted to trade for Travis Kelce, or I wanted to trade for some sort of tight end. And I was going to give up, like, Curtis or Romeo, or, like, I was thinking of giving up Dameon Pierce, too. Because if Javonte Williams is going to go off, I thought I could get rid of Dameon. Especially because I had Aaron Jones and Kenneth Walker. If I could turn Dameon Pierce and maybe like Curtis Samuel into Travis Kelce or something like that, I feel like that would have been nuts. But in the end, I didn't do it. I kind of thought Darren Waller would develop and I'd do something. He kind of is, but I thought he'd be scoring more like 20 points. Just because he's their only weapon. Maybe it'll be better. I'm still rooting for him. I can't trade Darren. I need to keep Darren. I don't think I should trade for a tight end. At this point, I don't think I can. I don't know if I could get Travis. I should try to propose a trade just to see. Maybe I'll do like Curtis Samuel. I don't think I'm going to give Darren. I don't want to give Dameon Pierce away either. I'll do Curtis, Javonte, and we'll give him Evan McPherson for Travis Kelce. No, that's like a Madden trade they do to the computer. There's no way you'd accept that. But George Pickens, this guy, I had him on the bench for a couple of games. Big mistake. He's been having a hell of a time out there. 6 for 130 yards with a touchdown. Great. I have to have him starting. When he's not on a bye, that is. Is he on a bye? Oh no, he's coming off a bye. That's what it is. But heck yeah. I don't think I'm going to make any moves. I think this is all I got right now. Like, my best lineup. I don't think there's any free agents. If there were any free agents I'd get, I'd do the running backs. Hang on, okay, you can't, whoops. You can't sort them through position. Alright, let me, oh. Where's my watch list, huh? Where's my watch list? On watch list. There we go. So, if I were... Are these all my guys? Yeah. If I were to get a running back, who is my running back watch list? Has Gus Edwards been having a season? What's Gus Edwards doing? Okay, he had one nice 12-point game, and then 5 or 6 points. That's better than Javonte going into Detroit. I may have to trade for a running back, too. I need a tight end and a running back. Because what happens when Darren Waller's on freaking bye week? Luke Musgrave? Maybe. I wish CJ Uzama was having more of an impact with the Jets. I think that'd be good. What's his point looking like? Oh, he's not done much. Not done much. What's Marquez doing? I want to see Marquez do better too. Ooh, Marquez has not been doing much either. Damn. Allen Robinson, another guy I wanted to see do a lot better. Oh, he's actually had a couple good solid productions. 6, 7, 11. That's better than I thought I was going to see. Let's see Devontae Parker and that Patriots offense. That Patriots offense is so weird with their receivers. Juju Smith-Schuster and Devontae Parker. What a couple of weird receivers. I thought he'd have more points. He had one point last game. That's bad. What's Kenny Pickett looking like? Is he a good quarterback? Ooh, no. 9, 10, 18, 3. I mean, it could be better than Derek Carr. When Brock Purdy's on a bye, I may have to look at Kenny Pickett. Who knows? Let's see Marvin Mims. I really wanted to add Marvin Mims, but my receiving core is loaded. I need a running back and a tight end. Like I said, you already know. My Wi-Fi is cutting out. It's not letting me click Marvin Mims. So if the stream cuts out, everybody, I appreciate y'all for watching. Sticking with me through this whole stream. It's been an hour or so. It's probably one of my longest streams on the channel. Hip hip hooray. But yeah, my screen is frozen. Everything is frozen. But yeah, honestly, that was probably all I was going to do anyway, because I don't think I'm going to add anybody. I don't think I'm going to do much. Will Lutz is still out here. He's been solid for Denver. Marvin Mims has been solid for Denver when they want to use him. So those two guys are definitely watch list guys. Marvin Jones, he usually performs a lot better in fantasy. Donald Parham, interesting. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to sign any of these guys or anything like that. And y'all already saw my roster. And so since this is all frozen, and it's probably that time. Oh, hang on. Oh, here we go. Fixed it. We're good. We're back. We're back in business, boys. So yeah, I'm not going to make any more moves though. Sorry about that technical difficulty right there. But yeah, so this is the final starting roster for me week 7. Unless Aaron Jones is cleared to play, and then I'll probably start Aaron Jones over Javonte Williams. So that could be the only change. But yeah, so as of right now, my starting quarterback, Brock Purdy. The running backs are Kenneth Walker and Javonte Williams. The receivers are Cooper Kupp, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and George Pickens. Absolutely freaking loaded. That's absolutely loaded. You cannot tell me otherwise. And they got Darren Waller at tight end. I'm pretty sure he could be solid. He could still be solid moving on. And Ravens defense and Justin Tucker as the kicker coming off that insane game he had. I would have Evan McPherson starting, I think, but Justin Tucker is better. And I guess Evans on a bye week. I would have Romeo Doubs starting, but George Pickens is too good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is too good. Cooper Kupp's too good. It's hard to start Romeo over any of these guys. Same with Curtis Samuel. Same with Josh Reynolds. Luke Musgrave, maybe I'll save until Darren has a bye week. When is Darren Waller's bye week, real quick? So Darren Waller's bye week is in week 13. I don't got to worry about it till week 13, so we're good. So yeah, I'll probably catch y'all with another fantasy football update in week 12. I might try to space this out every 6 weeks. I'll do a week 12 update, like football news, and a week 12 update, fantasy football, all that. So yeah, either way, I appreciate all y'all for watching. I appreciate anybody who made it this far. I appreciate anybody who clicked on the video or the stream. And hell yeah, stay tuned for more live streams, videos, shorts, all that. This is my longest stream so far. Hopefully they're going to get longer. Hopefully I'll try to get more guests or any guests. I'll try to get like some sort of guest on here. I'll try to get a face cam one of these days. We'll get all that going. So yeah, I appreciate all y'all watching, making it this far. Go Broncos. Go everybody. Let's all just root for the Chiefs not to win the Super Bowl. That's all I care about. So go Broncos, go Dolphins, go 49ers. Y'all have a great day or night, whatever time it is. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been rambling. It's your boy, Baking Up Football. Peace.